And we're live. We made it to another one. Fellas, how are we doing this evening?
Exceptional.
Guys, I'm fucking excited about tonight's topic. I mean, the audience is going to hear it in a
some
little
money,
bit, but yeah, man, spending money, baby. Spending money that I don't have. Let me get started. My name is Matt.
I'm Casey.
I'm Kevin.
I'm James. No, I'm
right.
Kevin. You're James.
Oh, okay.
So we came up with a topic. We came up with an idea that we're going to talk about tonight, and we're excited about it. We said, hey, let's go through. Let's have mythical $250,000, and we're going to build some Porsches. And so we really don't know what each other built. I mean, we kind of heard a little bit, but so that's what we're going to get to later on. But before we get started, who wants to show us what they're wearing tonight?
Okay, I'll go because I'm super excited.
Casey's excited. He's got a new tool, man. He learned something new. Plus, he doesn't want to forget.
I got new tools. I got new watches, and it sucks to come right after James did his. But tonight we have on. Here we go. World timer. And let me tell you about this photo. It's exceptional, right? It's on a 2-pound bag of cheddar cheese. But
From Publix.
This is my Publix cheddar cheese, but this is my world timer, man. It's super cool, black face. This is a very late model. I think it's 76, 76, 77, somewhere in there. But the inner bezel is the one that turns. You set that to your GMT hand, and you can tell with the time from the other time zones, the other major cities. I really love this watch. It is fairly new, and I'm super stoked. I've been wearing this one a lot lately.
Well, what I like about it is it's different than the one that I have. So I had that texture silver face on mine. Yeah. Right. So I guess yours is the later version. You can't really see
in the picture, but the black face does have like a linen or semi textured dial. So it's really cool in the proper lighting, not in the fridge light of the Publix bag. It looks pretty damn good.
Did you shoot that photo in your fridge?
I did. Yes.
All right. Setting the bar.
I got the picture of your watch, and I was like, talking to my wife, I said, Ashley, his pictures are always so cool and artistic. I said, watch this. I got cheddar.
He's got solid cheddar game.
To have a cool photo, you don't actually have to take a picture of it in the refrigerator. That's not the kind of cool we're going for.
That's right.
All right. Right. I'm going to go next then.
Go ahead.
I'm going next here. All right.
This is the photographer of the group
here. The photographer. It is photography. He takes fucking amazing photos.
All right. That come up for you, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So last episode, Kevin showed.
There
you go. Yep.
Yeah. Kevin showed his John Player special. So I'm going to show mine this time around because I do have the original two-tone band. So just so back to back, you guys can see quickly the differences between mine and his. So this is from September of 1976. So bicentennial watch. It is the 6138-8039, the John Player Special Automatic Chronograph. So it's a fun watch. I love the colors just like Kevin does. And actually, little stocking stuffer that Kevin gave me this year was a little John Player Porsche. Mm-hmm. So kudos to him for that. And I think we both share the love of this color combo. But yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
All right, go Kevo.
Okay, let's see here. See if I can get this to work here. Okay, hold on.
Kevin's got other new toys. Look at this.
Ooh,
there you go.
Fucking we are professional, man. I mean, step back.
Yeah, we're trying. So this is a watch that I just got custom built from a guy on Instagram, and it is a SRPD 79K1. So he takes the takes the guts out, the movement. It's an automatic. In the case, he uses the case, and then they did a special face for me, kind of rainbowish, and see if we can get a better rainbow.
Yeah, try to zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, they hand painted it. So I've seen the rainbow dial before, and I've seen the splatter paint before, but I've never seen the rainbow dial and the splatter paint together, and it's freaking hot.
It
and
is.
the second hand, it's not moving. So the second hand is blue. So I got the band to match my GT3 as well. So
That's a nice touch.
I have another watch that's very loud that I'll showcase on the next episode here. So we'll take a look at that one next time. But this one's pretty cool. I like wearing it. And the band's very comfortable. It's got a clearer back on it. So it's pretty neat.
That's
Love it.
awesome.
So far, Kevin's gone down the watch hole, then the vintage Seiko watch rabbit hole. Now the custom Seiko rabbit hole here.
The modding hole, yeah.
Oh, and James, you don't know what other hole I went. So I'll share offline.
Don't say that one yet.
No. And yeah,
just so you know, I do mark these episodes explicit, so you know kids aren't watching. So just
and the
wow.
So you said custom watch, or no, the Seiko and Porsche, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're moving on from holes here.
There you go.
Okay.
No more holes.
I rather stay.
There you go. And last but not least, let me share my screen here real quick. So I have a brand new from September of 2023 Seiko GMT. I love these GMTs. I already had the orange one. Picked up the yellow one. Absolutely love them. SSK 017. I love the fact that it has a true second time zone hand on it, so it works out well for me because I deal with a lot of customers in India and China, so I'm able to set different time zones. So yeah, it's really, really cool, and I
just like the world timer.
Isn't that made in Japan? The yellow one is.
Yep. The yellow's in Japan, so is my orange one. So they're true Japanese Seikos. No Malaysia crap here. Nothing against Malaysia.
I think these GMTs are as close to like perfect in the complication that you can get. I mean, the date and then the second hour hand, I think really sets it off. I think it's just about perfect.
They hit in so much higher than their price point. I mean, you know, I got this thing on sale at Macy's for like $320. And I mean, you know, you got the magnifying window for the date. It's, you know, rotating bezel, bi-directional rotating bezel. It goes either way. It's smooth. There's no clicks. It doesn't have a screw down crown, but I'm not diving with this thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's hackable. It's self winding as well as hand winding. So I mean, it really hits much higher above its belt than what it actually is. So.
Love it. Cool. Love it.
Wow, everyone's doing GMTs. I'll showcase my new GMT next podcast.
There you go. All right, so that's the watches, guys. I would say, what are we drinking? But I don't know that anybody's drinking anything tonight.
Oh, of course we are. Of course we are.
Casey is.
Casey's always drinking.
So tonight we have a barrel pick again of Penelope. Let's see if I can get it in here. Single barrel. This one's been, I won't say double oaked, double barreled, but it has been set in some stainless steel cask with some French oak staves, which give it a little bit extra sweetness. Penelope's a good bourbon that's relatively new to the market as a label, but the bourbon is, MGP juice out of Indiana. And was actually purchased by MGP early last year.
Wow. And you said
I see it everywhere. You know, I see that everywhere. So it is available, which is really nice, as opposed to just sharing something and then we can't track it down.
I try not to do that because I don't believe in those allocated bottles much anyhow. But the Penelope stuff is available. It's good stuff. Reasonably priced, and Penelope is an example of a new label that has done an exceptional job at marketing with their bottle selection and the actual label on the bottle. Super simple, but it's eye-catching, and they've done an awesome job over, I think, 5, 6, 8 years, something like that they've been on the market. So it's pretty new, but they've done a great job.
I think the label comes off more as a wine label.
Yep, absolutely.
Is it now, since you've taught us from before, is it a whiskey or is it a bourbon? Because you said they put it in the stainless steel.
I would I would call that this would be a bourbon specialty or whiskey specialty.
Okay.
Because, again, my opinion, it's no longer bourbon because it's been secondarily flavored.
Mm.
And what does the label say? Bourbon?
It says straight bourbon whiskey finished in French oak staves.
Lies. It's all lies.
It's legal.
It's play on words.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Started as bourbon and now it's not.
Any
It's my opinion.
flavor notes?
Delicious. It's really sweet. It's got a really sweet caramely nose to it for me.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I'm still on dry January, and I'm not bothered by that at all.
No, because you're fucking shedding pounds like a madman. So it's good for you, man. I have got to lose weight. I got to figure it out. I need the juice, the testosterone. I need something. I don't know. Fucking, it's not whatever it is. It's not working. So
I'm drinking Taco Bell water.
Yeah,
it's flavored with mold, probably.
Listen, I'm right there with Sprite zero sugar. So.
All right. So what are we talking about today, Matt?
Dude, well, so we came up. A couple weeks ago, I had this epiphany. I thought, something that'd be a cool topic would be to go through, and if we just had a mythical $250,000, let's go on the, because listen, we all know each other, but we don't know what each other's true tastes are and everything. So I said, let's each go into the Porsche configurator, each build a car. It doesn't have to be a 911, could be a Cayman, could be a Boxster, could be a Panamera, Cayman, Cayenne, whatever.
Not electric.
Not electric, no. So
I don't know. You guys don't know what I'm.
Well, that's true. But hey, 250 grand, build a car, and let's see what you pick. I mean, for those that don't know, if you ever go on the Porsche configurator, and I urge you to do so because it's just fun. All right. Porsche gives you every freaking option in the world. If you want leather air conditioning vents, you can get them. If you want Alcantara air conditioning vents, you can get those. I mean, you can get really anything you want.
If you want a fourth tire, that's an option.
Yes,
on the Porsche
no
configurator.
Doubt. So I thought it would just be a fun exercise to each go on. Let's build something. Print off the PDFs with the photos of what we built, and we'll just go over them here live. What did we build? Why did we build it? What was our thought process and our reason for building said car? So yeah, that's what brought up tonight's topic.
I'm going to say that Kevin's going first since his Instagram leak here. We already know what the first one is.
Yeah, because Kevin put it on Instagram.
All right, so let's see here.
It's building and building. Oh, here it goes.
Okay, so there you go.
There you go.
You guys can see this?
I can see it.
Yeah.
So I did mint green. Some of you, I don't think you guys know. So a number of years ago, I was at DRT and I was supposed to buy. I got I guess someone told me that the original Singer prototype car was for sale. The lady was going through the divorce, and I actually
I know this one.
Yeah, I actually was
So
964. So close. So I was racing on the track at Homestead, and I had to pull off the track and take this lady, like her phone calls, and she's going through divorce and blah, blah. I mean, the lady was, and then the guys telling me, oh, it has no airbags, it has no this. And everybody, like one of the guys, Wes, was like, hey, get this car. He's kind of in the know. So he pointed me to this, and I love the color. So I didn't get that car. Ultimately, he went ahead and sold the car to one of his buddies, but he actually kept the car. I still had a 3.8. They took off the Speedline wheels on it, but it had everything else for the most part. And it was a phenomenal price. I want to say I was going to buy it for like, I don't know, $90,000 or maybe $100,000 back then. Yeah. Oh yeah. The motor alone was worth it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
She had attorneys involved. Money was supposed to go in escrow. So it was, even when I got home, she was still calling me. I guess her brother's name was the same as mine. So she felt like, oh, whatever. This is bullshit. But I lost out on the car. So I went with just the Alcantara Race Tech, because that's what I have in my other car. And I've always kind of had that. I didn't notice that they don't have a Alcantara dashboard. So I couldn't pick that for some reason. Mm-hmm. Seats, full buckets, because I had them in my livery, and these days there's so many wires underneath the seats. I decided that, well, I'll just get something that I can put a roll cage in there, and if I got a roll cage, it would be matched mint green as well. So I was trying to go all out on my stuff, and I was like, well, I'm still have plenty of money to go. So
Here comes the
you know,
Corolla.
I didn't really go too much with you know, like I did carbon fiber, I think, black inserts, and this would be my first 6-speed. Not
I
ever,
see that.
but my first 6-speed. Yes,
Excellent.
You'll be proud of me, guys.
I am proud of you. I thought I would maybe warm and fuzzy.
Actually was going to pick a PDK, believe it or not. And I was like, well, lights, I didn't go too crazy, but I did pick the carbon fiber roof.
Very
cool. Nice.
Which,
I like
you know
that.
what? I did matching mirrors, which I didn't know that was an option. I did the protected film.
Yeah, that's smart.
P whatever, and I did how to put I can't believe they charge you $270 to put GT3 on your car, but okay. And then performance, braking, I did front axle lift because my driveway is pretty
Smart.
high. Chrono package, even though I've never used that in any of my Porsches before.
I think on the GT3 that you
Yeah.
have to do the axle lift.
No, you don't.
You know, they're like,
No, you do not have to. Because there's
why
a lot
not?
of. Oh, you're just saying like you have to, like it's not required.
Yeah, I'm saying
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm not saying it's required, but
Oh,
it
okay,
should
okay.
be. It should be
Yes.
one of the first things you choose, making sure that lip stays where it's supposed to be.
So the one thing that I was having a hard time, which I could definitely, because my MSRP is 227, and I could still get the ceramic brakes. I went with high gloss, just steel brakes, and the reason why I did that is because on my Apple livery I had AP rotors and a pageant brake pads, which stopped phenomenally. On my new my Manti car, it has the carbon ceramics on there. I did not know that those rotors are $20,000 to replace them. I know that they're going to last the life of me the car if I don't. Supposedly, from what I've heard, you get about 6,000 miles, track miles. I don't drive that as much on the track. Go ahead. I hear some hissing there.
What I've heard the wise things to do is if you're going to track the car, buy a set of steels and just throw them on there just for the track day.
Yeah, because that's real easy to do with center locking hubs, and
that's true. I forget about that.
Even at my shop, I have like a lift and everything, but and that gun I think is like $2,000 to do. I mean, I could get the $400 pry bar, but it's just a pain in the ass and not messing up the thread. So I just went with steels, rotors. Did not do the extended gas tank because I mean race car, right? So lights. And vision, I just went with something, I don't know, whatever was kind of cheapest, I think. And the taillight design, I like
because of the budget.
Well, no, the fake budget. I mean, why spend? I don't know. Why spend? I know I could.
You wouldn't have been penalized to be able to see at night here. Okay.
You know what? I'm still being a cheapskate. So interior, yeah, I think. So I tried looking at some things for the interior. Oh, there you go. So I did pick carbon fiber, but I actually looked at the carbon fiber, the matte, and it looks very Chinese.
Interesting.
I actually looked at some pictures after, and I took it off because I was like, I don't really care for that. But I did pick on one thing to get
seatbelts.
You can't. So on my PTS color, you can only get like 4 different colors, and none of them match.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible. So, so here's the letter. So there you go. There's your 13 colors. I think there's seatbelts, and here you go. Here's seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have. Here's the colors. You get 5 colors to choose from, and that's all you get. So and like I mean, lizard green. Come on a mint green car.
Weird. I think you add red selection.
Is that what you do?
It gives you,
okay.
Yeah, you add the selection, and then it'll tell you those 5 colors, and you'll say, "Wow, those suck," and then you take it off.
Exactly.
So there you go. I'll try it here since it's full screen, and yeah, there's blue. I mean, I have blue on my one car. And what I have found too is over the years, I typically find that they get dirty.
Oh, they definitely get dirty. No, they do.
Yeah. So interior. I mean,
So you're saying it's good to have the dark belts?
yes. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm half
I never
Mexican,
even considered
so
that.
My shit comes off on my neck. So
Yeah, I never even thought about them getting dirty.
Not touching
I
that.
don't look at it right now, but I did do the illuminated door sales, and I mean, we got plenty of minutes here to go over. So,
yeah, we have plenty of stuff.
Yeah, sun visor, race tax, and I think I did pick to do the. I mean, I can't believe $420 for a leather wallet. Like, come on, guys. I did pick the fire extinguisher. My car doesn't have that, but I recently just put one of those fire sticks in my car. I could get some of this stuff. I was looking at. I'm like, why? And then
you may have to show us that fire stick at some point, Kevin. I'm not even aware of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Next episode, it's pretty cool. It's just a fire stick. It looks like a flare. I've seen a lot of race cars. They use it. And it's for everything. You just strike it, and it does 50 seconds of so no more fire extinguisher.
Shout out fire stick.
It's not fire stick. It's called something else.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's called something else. So I did purchase this because I did not have that on my 991. And I always had to like, hey man, like stick my head out the door, look, so that's really good. So all this stuff here that I have on this car, I think I talked about it before. I'm not used to all these buttons and stuff, but it's pretty cool. So interior
what
comfort,
was the total?
225. So I still got like 227. I still got some money to play around, and I'm sure you guys probably did the fucking German delivery and shit like that. But that's my. I mean, only 4,000 with no money down, 40,000, and I guess I'm really good. You know what? I was able to get this car because I bought a Carrera GT, so I get allocation. Actually, nope, it ends this year, so I'd be stuck.
There you go. I have to, man.
Yeah, I have to pay the full price. So that's my car.
I like it. I like the color.
Sure, I love the color. Yeah. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So we're gonna do like Dream 911 first because that's more fun. But
it's one car, bro, not fucking 5.
I do what I want.
Yeah, I taking pictures on cheddar cheese.
So we taught Casey how to share his screen, so now we're stuck. He can do whatever he wants to now.
We're gonna go through these quick.
So did a GT3, of course. I went with white because I like white. And I think it looks hot. All these other colors I think are too expensive for what they do.
It looks white.
It looks very white. But I love to match that with gold wheels. So I went with these nice gold wheels.
Same as Kevin, right? Were those the same ones, Kevin?
They were 7, Kevin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same as mine. Yep. They only gave you 2. I think they gave you 3 options, black, gold, and then like with a blue pinstripe.
Yeah, black with a blue pinstripe, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that shit. So I went with this. I went with leather because I like leather. I did all the leather add-ons that I could except for the vents. And since it's, money just blowing out the window, I did full buckets, of course, because that's the only thing you can do.
So you even went with the leather steering wheel too, huh?
I did, yes. I even did the body form bucket because why not?
So what is that? I saw that on my. Do they like?
They'll mold it to your butt like an F1, like an F1.
Do they really?
Yeah.
You go into the Porsche dealership and they take a mold.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I got news for you. There better be a big fucking mold for my ass.
Well, they have it small, medium, and large, Matt. So
they do have small, medium, large.
Yeah, but they have extra fluffy it's like an extra fluffy seat.
when you turn around to get rid of that, is that going to be? You're going to take a hit for that, right?
I don't care. This
let the other owner deal with that.
That's right. Exterior wise, just to offset the white, did the carbon on the mirrors because that looks nice, and the little triangle piece because you can't have cheap plastic there.
You did the roof as well, right?
Did the roof, yeah. Did the puddle lights. The roof should be coming up right here. Look at this. Of course, $4,000 carbon roof. Who doesn't want that? Exterior decals and logos. I think I didn't do any of this because I don't want any of that. Oh, I deleted $0. That's the best option. And then let's see what else we go. Go. Performance. I did the PCCBs, the axle lift. Because I can buy a $250,000 car in cash, I don't care about the $20,000 rotors. The chrono package, yellows because they have to be yellow because that's the way Porsche did it.
So did you? Well, I thought about doing that as well. It just didn't look right on the color combination, and it does look good on your car.
Yeah, on the white, I think it's good. You're right. If you had like a pink car
combo.
or it'd be weird. Extended gas tank because I spend all my time on the racetrack and I need extra gas. 6-speed manual, of course.
You wouldn't want that on the racetrack.
The extra half gallon is not going to hurt my time.
Is it only half gallon? I don't think so.
No. I'm sure it's probably like 5 gallons, which is what a gallon of gas weighs. What, 5 or 6 pounds? Like I don't know that it's that big.
6 pounds.
Lights. I did the latest LED stuff because that's cool. I love when they turn the corners. My Cayenne has the lights that light up as you turn, and it actually helps a lot.
It's a must. It's a must.
I really like it.
You're going to need that once you hit 50, Casey. So
see around that corner. So the cool taillights, because they do look cool. I like them. And as a Porsche tax, that's really cheap. Auto dimming mirrors because I got blue eyes and the lights really hurt my eyes at night. Interior, I didn't do a whole bunch because I like the way it kind of is. The leather center console. The like end caps on the dashboard I did in leather. Whatever this extended leather package is, it includes like the sides of the console, the end of the front dash, like these things. It includes all that stuff, which my car currently, my 911 has just the standard dash, and those little like these end caps and on the side of the center stack, that's actually is a nice place to have a better material than the basic black plastic, and something I'll probably pick up off eBay to replace eventually because it is a nice feature.
You know what? I also, not to interrupt. What I didn't see is inserts, like no houndstooth or tartans, and I think Porsche could really make even more money by offering those in there. Did you guys see that in any of
No,
yours?
I didn't. Matter of fact, when I did mine, I had really wanted almost the Porsche Classic interior with the houndstooth because I was going for a real classic build, and it was not available. So,
but that is going to be option on the 911T, right?
Correct. 911T, it's an option. And I've spec'd out, man, I may be wrong on this. I thought I've built a GTS before and I could get it in a GTS, but I may be wrong.
Yeah, because there was a 911 Turbo that had that houndstooth that was at the dealership where I bought my car. So maybe they're just not doing it for 2024.
Maybe. Or maybe it's a GT3 thing. I don't know. So
could be.
Continuing through leather steering wheel, you can see that's my only option, probably because of the extended leather package. But because I have $11,000 extra dollars, I'll probably just pick up another steering wheel in Alcantara because why not? Then other options here. Yeah, of course. Look at this, even leather on the air vents. I mean, it's a GT3. It doesn't. This little bit extra weight is not going to matter with the extended gas tank. These little pouches, I think, are stupid. We definitely didn't buy one of those. And I think, yeah, I mean, who's going to use a key? And then,
but you wait, you just skipped through the whole door sills. You didn't get nothing on the door sills.
Race car.
Oh, but the leather,
but the leather air vent race car. Vents.
Yeah,
and sun visors and leather. Come on.
Yep.
The door seal things I do think are cool, and I'm not sure why I didn't do it, so let's just do it now.
Big Papa Pimp.
Let's see, in black, of course. There we go. All right, done. Oh, hello. Accept these changes. No, see, what am I kicking out? Oh, now see.
See, that was my issue when I was building mine. I kept running into problems where I want to add something, I have to take something else out. So
the
absolutely.
carbon fiber is better. And so I think that's about it. I took the model name off the back because if you can't tell it's a GT3, you're an idiot. I did the fire extinguisher as well because you don't want to catch on fire. and assistance. I mean, every once in a while, you're going to need to know what traffic signs are. So I thought that was good. Park assist is definitely a must. Interior comfort. I don't remember a dash cam, of course. Ambient light. I mean, you got to be able to see your hose. And then audio, I went with the Bose, even though they suck, just to add some extra dollars down here.
Hey, on the new car, mine is phenomenal compared to my 991. Me and Aaron were just talking about
the Bose, or do you have the Burnmeister?
No, I got the Bose, and it sounds so much better than what my old one was. And I had Bose on my other one as well.
I don't know. The one I had in 997 and the 991 just sucks.
Yeah, my 997 stereo is not good.
And I don't even think they offer they only offer Bose, right?
Mine's good. I have Bose in my 997. It's good.
Is it now?
Yeah, the Bose in my 997. Yeah, it's really good.
I would argue, but I won't.
It sucks.
Do you have the Bose,
Matt?
Yes.
Really?
I do not like Bose at all.
Mine thumps.
All right.
Yeah, mine was terrible on my 991. Did not like it at all. Mm-hmm. But this one now, I think maybe because I have the Apple Play that's like wireless or whatever now. Maybe that has something to do with it. The other thing too is on my 991, I had an aux cord with a Bluetooth.
And that'll really shit to bed.
And that really kind of, I think,
Well,
and I had to open up the glove box to push the button to make it work. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, continue to enjoy that Britney Spears on your thumping Bose.
No, man. Product of the 80s and 90s. It's Linkin Park.
There you go.
Or Van Halen. Actually, it's mostly Van Halen.
Cool. Speaking of, go ahead, Matt.
Casey, you're only going to do the one?
Is that I can do more. I can definitely do more. All right.
Well, we got 31 minutes to fly through the other one.
Yeah, but you spent $240,000. You're not going to drop another car.
I can do.
He built three $240,000 cars.
So this was my I do want to buy a Panamera. Obviously, I'll never be a new car buyer, but I do want the Panamera Turbo to be my next work car. And so I built this one actually kind of the way that I would like it. And so I got a kind of a different. Yeah, it's a daily. Yeah, so a little bit different color for me would be this dark brown or truffle brown metallic. I've not seen that color in real life, but it sounds kind of cool.
I believe it has the poop emoji headrest stitched in.
Nice. I'm okay with that.
And I actually think you can probably get that car with no ADM on it neither.
So. I think you're probably right.
Good. That'll save me a few dollars. So I went with the gold wheels because I think that looks really nice, and I'm obviously a fan of the gold wheels. And then all the other options were just done. And they give you so many wheel choices. Good God.
So many more compared to GT3.
Yeah. But I chose the rest of the options as, like I said, truly things that I would like and enjoy. Full leather, two-tone. I can't remember.
Heated steering wheel? Did you get the heated steering wheel?
Yep, heated steering wheel, which my wife's car has that, and that's pretty damn nice. 18 ways, which I think are the same basic seats, the 18 ways that are in my 911. I think these are bigger, whatever, but the 18 ways really adjust a lot to make it comfy. The rear seat, this is wild that you can get those adjustable and power and memory. I think that's crazy. So did that. Exterior wise, assistant package, which is all the bells and whistles with the technology. Premium package involves some what are these things called down here? Or the lip, like a lip, side skirts, little stuff on the back. Nothing big, but just cool enough. Here it is. To just add a little bit of differentiation in it. PDK, of course, because you're cruising along and they don't make it in a manual. Sport exhaust, sport chrono, because I kind of like the wart. I have it in all of my cars. The awesome headlights, taillights, the exclusive ones similar to the 911. They give you cool glass. Funny story. My mom had a Mercedes back in this would have been late 90s, early 2000s that had this thermal and noise glass, and it was like, 3/4 of an inch thick. It was really cool. So added that on there. That means this car's got to be like so silent driving down the road.
He added that to the GT3 as well.
Because race car.
For the track.
All these comfort and assistance systems come on different package, so it did include all these. And then look at this weird stuff like an ionizer. I mean, keep you smelling good for your flatulence. And then the rest of this stuff is all just creature comforts. The sun visors or the sun shades on the rear windows. I have that in the Cayenne, and that really helps with the summer heat. So yeah, Burmeister. I did go Burmeister, which I've never heard of Burmeister, but it was $6,000 extra. So I figured, hey, it's got to be better. And then USB-C interface for the rear seats, even though no one will ever be back there. I also put TVs back there too. No one's ever used the TVs in my Cayenne. I have
just
them.
because.
They have wireless headphones too, which is cool. No one's ever touched them.
Well, so next week we'll do the $500,000 budget that Casey has come up with.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Matt or James, who's going to go next?
I can go. It's no problem. Let me share this real quick. All right. So.
Fucking doo-doo brown car. Jeez.
All right. So here we go. So I really wanted to go, if I'm dropping $250,000, which I would never do, but if I was fortunate enough to do it, I wanted to build a car that was classic that I wouldn't mind driving for the next 30 years, So, I'm usually the guy that's really going for crazy colors. I was looking at Neo Stars, looking at all this other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do like a really classic build. So I started off paint to sample because I didn't like the colors that they were offering, and to be honest with you, I really wanted, exactly. I really wanted ice green metallic, and ice green metallic, even in the paint to sample program, is not offered. So I decided to go with a dark green. I just, for some reason,
ask you a question.
Sure.
Where did ice cream metallic come from? Is that a color in somewhere in the past?
Yeah, it's a color in the past. It was it was offered on
G-body?
some of the 964s, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's before that as well. Before that.
Casey, it's almost like a silvery green. In some lights, it looks like a silver. Sometimes it looks like a light green. It's not really mint green. It's just a really cool color. Okay. And I've always loved it, and it's not.
I get that, Matt. It was a little disappointing with in the PTS how many greens there were, but they didn't have that.
Correct. Yeah. And so, I mean, I thought it was I was even going through and I'm thinking, well, did they maybe put it in the silver category, but it was just not there. So, I've always loved the British racing green, but Porsche's British racing green doesn't really look like British racing green. So I went with the jet green metallic. Again, like everyone else, went with the gold wheels, because if you're going to go green, you got to go gold. It just works together. Yep, exactly. I did go, again, I love, the wild and crazy stuff, but I really wanted to go with the GT3 Touring, minus the wing, not
I didn't notice.
So I went with the actual touring package. So it's a GT3
I think that
Touring.
fits you, Matt.
I think it does as well. And then I went through interior, did two-tone, and again, fitting me, I did adaptive sport seats 4-way or 18-way instead of going the racing seats. Then I spent big money on the leather everything. So I went with the exclusive manufacturer leather package for $15,000, and did almost like a dark camel color to go along with the green.
Yes.
Again, got to go 6-speed manual. That's my jam. Touring package in black, that just is something that comes along with the other. Exterior options, did the front axle lift, got to have that. Did the chrono, did the obviously the ceramic brakes, again manual transmission. Didn't know what the LED matrix design headlights was, but I figured, well, I got the money, let's blow it.
It's the most expensive. Go for it.
If I'm going to go fast, I want to see where I'm going. And then did the auto dimming mirrors with integrated rain sensors. So it was really weird. So the leather I picked was Cohiba. It's like a dark camel. And then I went ahead and I have this in my current 911. I did full leather. So even the backrest, everything is covered in leather. And then did the fire extinguisher. The one thing that was really weird, and I couldn't do it, it's this two-tone that comes with this, the exclusive manufacturer. The top of the dash, it's all leather. Everything's full leather, but it's black where everything else is brown. So it's just the way it's designed.
Well, I think one of the things that Porsche has kind of got yelled at by buyers has been the glare off the dash in any color but black.
Yeah.
And the leather in my Cayenne is that light tan. I don't know the exact name of it, but it legit does glare and is super annoying in the sunlight.
Well, and I'm not a fan of the entire interior being one color. Like I think, Porsche goes overboard, especially with like the red interiors where the red where the dash is red, the steering wheel's red, and the console's red, and the seats are red. I mean, it's insane. So, I don't mind the two-tone look. I had that in Volkswagen products in the past where it was beige and brown, so I don't mind it. Added on, I do have a wife. She would probably drive this, so I added on the rear parking assistant. And then the ambient lighting, and then I did add the Bose surround sound system, and then being in Florida, I didn't do the European delivery, but I did do the Experience Center in Atlanta. I have it delivered to Atlanta, and then go pick it up there.
Love it.
Yep. So that was my build, and again, if I would rock this every day of the week. I just love this build.
This car is actually very similar to, if you watch or listen to Obsessed Garage, that Matt. This is very similar to the car that he spec'd and received last year.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that. I mean,
it's matte green, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's matte green. It's funny. So I don't know Matt personally, but he's from this area.
Yeah, Lady Lakes.
Exactly. Yeah, he's from this area, so I know of him. I haven't listened to his stuff a lot, but that's pretty cool. So yeah,
nice.
So that's
I think that's sharp.
Yep, I dig it.
Real sharp.
So,
cool.
All right, so let me stop sharing this screen.
And the thing about that, because you went with that touring package, is even if those big wings go out, that your car will still stay classic and stay.
Well, and it flies under the radar a little bit too. I mean, it's not, listen, a GT3 is a GT3 and it's gonna be loud and obnoxious, but at least without the wing, it's not so stand out, and that's coming from the guy who's got a car wrapped like freaking Melted Skills. So
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, but, I said that spec fits you really well. I just thought, based on your personality, even though your current car has that crazy wrap, I just thought, yeah, that's a matte car right there. So
absolutely,
I thought that was
all
well
about
done.
The classic look. So
yeah. So all right, let me share mine here.
While James is pulling it up too, it's funny because, like, as we're talking, everyone, as I did give it away, people were like, "Oh, you didn't know the GT3. Why didn't you do this?" But they don't know that what we only had, because naturally I probably would have picked the car or a GT3 RS, but the car is right at the limit. So for you listeners and watchers, we only had $250,000. So I mean, unless you're Casey in, get a pick
with a 5. So, well, I took this budget seriously. I took this seriously.
That's
what cool, man.
Yeah, it's killer.
But wait. Right. So he look at the dollar amount. I have a feeling there's going to be more than one.
Yeah. So I'm going budget here. So my daily, just like Casey picked the daily and he spent $500K, I'm going with the Macan GTS, which is a legit car.
Absolutely.
So the power is perfect. You can daily this, super comfortable. You do tons of miles on it. And that GTS really makes a big difference over the S. So I went with the GTS and the copper ruby metallic. I'm not one for, the black, the white, the silvers and all that. It's kind of overdone at this point. So I picked the copper ruby metallic, nice and dark.
I love that color.
But not black, right? So as I went through, I just picked the black wheels.
Dude, gold wheels on that would look hot too.
Mm-hmm.
Then everyone could have chosen gold.
That's for your car.
Yep, I knew that was going to come. He was going to say
Look
that.
how many options you get, man. You know, when you pick a GT3, you're really limited on options.
Because it's a center lock. I mean,
I know.
Yeah. So the interior, I went with agate gray. So instead of the black, everyone does black. I went with the agate. So it's still dark, won't show the dirt, but it just has a little more texture to it. You can kind of see the definition of the seats a bit more in the dash and such. Nothing crazy here. We do have a lot of choices as far as the leather goes.
Yeah, you too.
But I went with the 14 way. They're fine for me. You know, I don't need anything crazy. I don't need the 18. Plus, I'm on a budget, guys. Right?
I think you're missing out on the 18 ways.
Yeah. Well, I'm good with it.
He's good with.
But,
is that what you have on your? You have a Macan, don't you?
Yeah,
Macan or whatever. And
Macan.
do you have the
It's a Macan?
What do you have on yours? Same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, nothing crazy. You know, I did pick some of the goodies. Nothing crazy at all. So the side blades in the exterior color, I'm not a big fan of the black plastic side blades. So you can kind of see
that's
here.
That's just the trim that attaches to the door.
Yeah.
I agree.
Be right
with that,
there. Yeah. I did do the rails on top. I think that completes the car.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. The logo in satin black.
Mm-hmm.
Performance-wise, I did the air suspension, the torque vectoring, the sports chrono, the Porsche, the coated brakes, right? The calipers, the PSCBs, and then the of course the PDK is just
standard,
has to be there. And then I did the black headlights.
Nice.
So it looks a little more aggressive. So
like
that's my first choice here. So that was 101,910.
Special glass. What do you think?
Ah,
special glass.
let's see.
Jeez.
Yep. Got the heated wheel. As far as the assistant stuff goes, the surround view plus the lane keep, which is the lane keep package has the cruise control. So if you're in traffic.
Oh yeah.
And I took the Bose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the Bose. It's fine. It's fine in the Macan. I don't think it works well in the 911 with the additional noise. But, you know, I got the sport exhaust and all that stuff. So that was my first one. Then I had plenty of money left over. Mm-hmm. Right? So
149,000, yeah.
Yeah. So let me pull up.
So James actually played by the rules, Casey.
Yes,
he did.
I did.
Listen,
here's my second option. Right.
Beautiful.
So 911 Carrera S.
Nice.
That's got plenty of power. You really don't need anything more. A T would just be fine with, was that the 379 or something like that. But
yeah,
this came in at 146.4. I took the Aventurine green metallic. Mm-hmm. So I went the green route like Matt did and just something a little bit different. I didn't go with any gold wheels or anything like that either. I went with the
James,
standard.
Just to stop you real quick while you're right there. You know, when I was building mine, the reason, you know, initially I was going to do similar to you and go with, you know, a Carrera T or a Carrera S. But I was really surprised they don't offer the paint to sample on any of the Porsches other than the GT3s. If you notice, it's not there. The GT3s they do.
Whoops.
So
what happened just there? I just lost my.
You lost your thing. So when you're building the Porsche on the configurator, like even the Macan he built had paint to sample. You know, you could select it. When you're building the Carreras, none of the Carreras all the way up to the GTS offered paint to sample. You were stuck with either the standard colors or then the premium colors with the Ruby Star or whatever, but there was no paint to sample option for any of those lower tiers. And I really wanted a dark green, and they don't offer a dark green in any of the 911s without paint sample.
That's interesting. I wonder if you went actually to the dealer and talked to them if they would let you do it.
It's possible. I mean, maybe it's just something with the website, maybe
I'm
it's something.
Sure. I'm sure if you had enough, because I mean, they let people paint cars. If you have 20 or 30 Porsches,
exactly.
Anything can be done.
All right.
Sorry, James. Didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for filling in there. On the inside, I went with the chalk,
I like that
slate gray.
Yep.
So I think that complements that grayish green that I picked on the outside. So it's a little, I wouldn't call this car racy. It's a little bit more refined, kind of like what Matt was doing with his. So as far as the other options, I went with a 14-way again. I don't, I'm on a budget here. So I got to get under this 250. Sport package, manual transmission.
Of course.
Performance-wise, right? I got the PASM sport suspension, where that lowers it a bit. I got the sport exhaust, DPIA.
Oh, no axle lift. Going to run it into the curb.
Yeah, I'm careful.
You don't need axle lift on an S.
Yeah, so really,
on my S you do.
I got the Bose again, and that's really it. So that puts
me
in.
That's a good car.
It's a great car.
My two cars, and that puts me in at $248,320, and that gives me I can buy a little bit of vinyl and some pizzas, and I'm in for $250.
There you
right?
go.
Love it.
So, but with that being said, I did have to.
So you cheated as well?
No, I didn't cheat. Just in case everyone wanted to know what the GT3 was going to be.
Yeah,
so I went
you're
in.
cheating. I think you're cheating. I think you gave me shit, and now you're just
Feel free to give me
well,
shit.
hey, I mean,
there's my
Kevin
single.
and that's beautiful. Kevin and I are the
That's
only two
my single.
I love it.
All right. So if we're all going GT3, that's my single, right?
that's the PTS color.
So yeah. Now hold on a second. Not only am I doing the Macan GTS, I am adding the 911 GT3 to my budget. And how I got around the 250K is I wound up taking my current 991 and selling it. I traded it. No, I didn't trade it. I sold it.
You sold
on the open market, and I got my 75K out of that.
You got a calculator over there or something?
Yes.
He does, yeah.
No,
we have
creative mathematics right here.
He's over here like this.
Yeah, so I wrote this stuff down because,
He's like, I sold my 911.
I'm breaking the rules, but I'm staying within the rules.
I sold my 912.
I sold it on BAT, and this is with reserve. Yes. This is what I got for it.
No, I was conservative. I was totally conservative. So the Macan is 101,910. The 911 GT3 is 222,510.
Which is
right?
the
That
cheapest
puts me
out of
at
all of our GT3s.
324.4. Yeah, 324.4. I couldn't add a lot to get under the 250. So subtract the 75. I come in at 249,420. 420, just enough for a little bit of that. Right. So
Perfect.
I did go. Yeah, I went with the Nordic gold metallic paint to sample, so that's where a lot of my money went.
That color is hot, by the way. I've never seen that color. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like it. And then
the
stock
the
wheels,
thing,
but I went with the dark wheels.
The crazy thing is, even though your GT3 is the quote-unquote cheapest, 5 years down the road, it'd probably be worth the most because of that damn color.
That color.
Yeah, there's always the ones that got the rare color combos or the things that nobody
that were
would have thought of getting.
Ugly, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Here I went with the 18-way because I did have a little left. Right. So
why not just stick with the buckets? Oh, buckets put you over.
Yeah. And then let's see. I put the protection film on like Kevin did. And then performance-wise, front axle
I got
lift.
a guy.
Yeah.
Did you go steel brakes or did you go with
ceramics? I went with the ceramics.
Wow. Oh, he went
just
with expensive ceramics.
But you see, I changed the
Black
color.
calipers. Yeah.
Yeah, the black calipers.
Mhm.
So super clean look here. And
That
I
color
have
reminds me of, and that view kind of reminds me of, didn't 370 or 350 have that same color?
A Nissan 350?
Nissan, yeah.
Yeah.
They did have.
Yeah,
I
it
think it was a
could be.
370. Had kind of a copper
be.
color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
But-
harkened back to like the 240s that had that kind of burnt orange color.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, 240Z.
Yep.
Absolutely. But that's really it. I put on the bows on here, and that really gets me under the 250K. So, I think I got a
essentially
lot of
what you
bang for
did-
the
We
buck.
all got manuals.
Yes, and essentially what James did is basically just got newer versions of his cars.
True.
Yeah, he did.
He upgraded.
I mean, me too. And so
Is that a bad thing?
No,
No.
not at all.
no, I mean, hey, I like what you did. You know what? You thought of something out of the box, and you picked two cars, and your insurance would probably be more than both of us because it's two cars. But
Sure.
Well,
you know,
here's the promise I'll make. When this podcast has 1 million subscribers and we're making all the cash, then we'll buy these cars.
Deal.
It'll be. I'll probably be dead and gone by then. But
Yeah. I won't have an electrified SC, I'll tell you that.
yeah, no.
Well-
don't want to go up in flames. But hey, at least
I
we
didn't
all
do the gold rims because I already have the gold on the SC.
no.
yeah. So speaking about that, I guess I showed you guys today the whole Elon Musk thing. He ran that shit at 8th mile instead of a quarter mile.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that's
saw
shady.
that.
That's shady.
Yeah.
And here we are getting
He's
blasted
the master
for-
manipulator.
That-
Getting
yeah, that's what
blasted.
James has said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Getting
all
crazy.
over. Hey, it was good PR,
Wow.
but when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, but it came out. And then
Yeah.
we also saw what car just caught on fire? The guy that does the electric cars?
Yeah, that was
What,
an
the-
air cooled that got switched out, right?
Yeah, it's a
Switched out
1979
to-
SC that they pulled the motor and put an electric power plant in it, and it went up in flames.
Bye-bye.
Went up in
Guess-
flames.
Guess one group of people was at the forefront of this.
Well, it was just in the news the other day where, Hertz is selling off the 20,000 EVs. Now, of course, it's not because of that. It's just, listen, with EVs, they're newer cars, newer technology. So it only goes to say that, repair costs are going to be significantly higher than your standard vehicle. So, when you're renting these things out, let's face facts, there is no better, and I speak from experience, no better off-road vehicle than a rental car. They will do anything you want them to do. They will jump curbs. They'll jump, run into trees. They'll do anything you want it to do. You can
Especially when
strap
they
a-
never change the tires on the damn things anyway.
Dude,
So,
you
you
can
get
haul
the same.
you can haul mulch in the back seat of a rental Altima. You can do anything you want. So when these
I
things
did
start
go on
breaking,
their website though. I went on Hertz because they said you could buy the cars. They all had, every single one of them had like 70, 80,000 miles. So every single one of those
Yeah.
cars that they had were above their mileage. So, I don't want to say like fake news, but a lot of people don't give all the details when they
Yeah.
do stuff. And I have a couple of friends that always, send me stuff, and then you look into it and you're like, you can just stop sending me this shit because you guys just send me this stuff just for like, what's the word? Like,
Get a
like
rise.
shock,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, shock
And,
value. Yeah.
I went on there and I was like, oh, well, they all got, and that's also because Hertz is the one of the ones that I have a friend that does Uber, and I think he was paying like $400 a week or $500 a week to pay
rent
for the Uber, to
Yeah.
rent the Uber. And that's why
For
all
Uber.
those cars.
Yeah, that was their
Uber,
program, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Which
yep.
which did really well for Hertz, is my
It did,
understanding.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
did.
my
I mean,
thing
he
is,
was making $1,800 a week after paying the car
Yeah,
off.
nice.
And he just got tired of going to the gas station and waiting. It was taking away from his going to the Wawa and stuff like that, especially in the
charged.
high areas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just sitting there for 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Mhm. I'm not gonna sit here and say that we'll never own an electric. I know I'm sure I'm gonna own an electric vehicle at some point in time. But I'm not gonna buy one with 90,000 miles on it. I mean,
Yeah.
the battery degradation at that point, is severely going to cut down the lifespan of what you have. And you've heard rumors, but they're talking like between like 12 and 18 grand to replace those batteries in a car. I mean, it's come on.
Well, maybe what we need to say is a non-ice version, maybe in
True.
the future. we don't know what it's going to
would be
be.
the first person out of the group here to buy a electric car, because I came real close to buying a Model 3 because our friend Chad, he bought one, and I mentioned it before. He drives, I think, 45 minutes, and he traded it in for the supercharged Cadillac because he said it was just boring. But I did ride in it, and it was pretty neat. And I came so close to buying one to go up St. Augustine, but I would have to, let it sit there and charge for 24 hours because I wouldn't put one of those chargers in. There's one in our neighborhood.
I'm fortunate enough I'm fortunate
Yes.
enough that the company I work for gives me a vehicle as my daily. That's why affords me to be able to do other stuff. So, and Stacy is not about electric vehicles at all. They scare her to death. She's all about, combustion, baby. So
Well, hey,
I don't see one of
not only that,
future.
Matt, but I shared that one video of the Taycan in the dealer showroom where it just
went through the glass?
took off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
went through the glass. So
was there anybody in that car?
I'm sure it was being driven.
Oh, okay. They just didn't know to push it light.
Yeah.
You were saying Stacy's scared of the electric.
Yeah.
That instant throttle response and all of that stuff, especially when we're also used to everything being turbo now. You have that lag, not with the electric.
Yeah.
So it's a shame to see
lucky
that.
for me, Aaron does not like any electric cars, and she probably won't let me buy one anyway. So.
No, like I said,
You guys
I
don't know
definitely.
me. I don't really listen to her when it comes to cars.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna edit
I
that
definitely
out, right,
see
Matt?
a hybrid in Stacy.
Love you, Aaron.
We've said it before. We don't need to beat a dead horse, but I mean, for me, like for my wife, she's the perfect candidate, for a plug-in hybrid. We literally live, 8 miles from where she works. So, she could have a plug-in hybrid and literally drive just on straight electric power Monday through Friday. And unless we're going on a trip or going somewhere long, she would never even use gas, so.
But you could also benefit probably from a hybrid and just use the electric on the way to work.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the
Right.
plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
So
Okay.
plug-in hybrid. She could you just go Monday through Friday on just pure, electric power. And then if we're taking a trip or we're going somewhere, longer on the weekend, then you have the gas motor to kick in them. So, she really is the perfect candidate for a vehicle like that.
I know a perfect car for her, Matt. You can get it and then let me drive it a little bit. The BMW, I think it's the i3. Do you remember that car, James?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I saw one today on the road. Yeah.
As a designer, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's all like wood inside. It's such a cool little car. I just saw one in I was watching the Bosch, and the lady, one of the cops had one. I was like, oh, I love that car. And my wife just looks at me and she's like,
you can get those on the used market so cheap because they have funky styling. So literally you can get them with low mileage, like dirt cheap.
Yeah. And I think that is a hybrid, isn't it?
It is.
It's
no,
all
it's pure electric. It's all electric.
Yeah. Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I watched a YouTube video on this guy that had one of those, and he was going to do a cross country test just to see, how it worked out and everything, So, but again, the range on those were, I want to say right around 200.
It's
it's
very
really
low. I do think they make one though that had a little motor in it, like a little 50 horsepower motor.
Maybe
because I drove one of the guys in San Francisco. I went to see him for actually a motorcycle. This was probably 12 years ago in my industry. They were doing a scooter, and they were trying to figure out how to do it. And this was before the bicycles and all that, and they couldn't get. Because of the CCs and the miles per hour, they couldn't figure out with the legislator how to get these on the road. That's how far back it was. And it's amazing how in a matter of 10 years, they were having the problem of, okay, we have this thing. It's not CCs, so you don't have to have a license, a motorcycle license for it. But now we have it where they just changed it in Florida too. If it goes over 35 miles per hour, you have to have an endorsement. Where some states you don't have to have that. So in California, you did. And I'm like, I don't know how to, I don't live in California. I can only just tell you. And ultimately, they ended up going bankrupt because they just had a lot of money and they were spending it. And what they were trying to do is take a motor. Those little Actis, Honda Actis? They were trying to build that, put those motors in a small truck like that. But the motors were costing $10,000 a piece. And it was pricing out the truck. So what they decided to do is put it in a scooter. but the batteries and everything. And then they wanted to make everything else cheap because all their money was invested into the motor and the batteries, and it just completely failed. And now, 10 years later, there's tons of them.
All right, so I know we got to go here soon, but I got to ask you while we're talking about this. So the Moto Compacto, man, we haven't spoken about it yet, and I saw it on your Instagram. Are they cool? What's the scoop on that thing? I think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, we can do a podcast on one. They go 16, 17 miles per hour. I know my daughter's been able to go 17. We made some graphic kits for them and stuff. I think it's
fast.
pretty
I'll
cool.
go 12 miles an hour.
So we could do remote right from the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to take it to Rolex, 24-hour Rolex this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully I won't get kicked out because they don't like any vehicles that are not their vehicles. You can go to HRS.
For the infield, you mean? Is that what you're talking about?
They don't like
instead of the
anything
golf cart or the little scooters, you're going to try to get this thing in there.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it anyways. I brought the scooters to HSR, and they don't care because I think it's a smaller venue. But with Rolex, they're pretty. We just made a lock for it because there's no place to lock them. So that's the only thing is that like if I got to take a piss. And I have this little thing. They're pretty neat. They're not like the old ones.
They're like 48 pounds, right? I mean, you carry like
48 pounds.
Yeah.
17 miles per hour. You feel everything. You feel all the little bumps. There's no suspension on it. It is a little laggy. But I think the guys have been playing around with it.
Do you guys have a photo of one? Can you throw a photo up?
I can probably find one. Here, let me find one real quick.
So what we should do while Matt's doing that is next year we should all plan on going.
You know what?
To
hold on
Rolex.
1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Here it is, right here. I'm gonna share it real quick.
Oh, is it UPS delivery, Kevin?
He's probably going to get one.
Yeah.
His hymns is here.
So here it is right here. That's what it looks like, James. And it's
yeah,
literally
nice.
like it's like a suitcase, and everything folds down, and you just carry it like a damn briefcase. You can put it in your trunk or whatever. It's literally it's basically a last mile. You take your car, you park it somewhere, and then you hop on this to get wherever else you're going. So it's a last 2 mile deal. But I just think they're fucking cool. I think they're awesome.
Yeah. And the fact that it's a Honda thing, that the quality, or at least in my mind, the quality is going to be pretty damn good when it's not just like a.
Oh, there he is. He's got one in the background. Yeah.
There you go.
And
nice.
and the fact that they're fairly affordable. I mean, it's $1,000. All right, so they're fairly
with
affordable.
a livery on it.
Well, because Kevin knows a company that makes those liveries.
Yeah, cause of racing.
So anyway, I just thought they were cool, and I saw it on Kevin's Instagram today, and I'm like, I got to remember to ask him about it.
Awesome. That's a good segue.
Yeah. Well, fellas, it's been real, man. Guys, I really enjoyed tonight's episode. It was fucking fun. We got to do more stuff like this.
Damn right.
Yeah. So, all right, for those
Kevin,
listening, thank you for tuning in.
You're off, Kevin.
We're all doing Rolex next year?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We should plan on doing Rolex.
Yeah. Let's all do Rolex next year.
Once the calendar is released, just let us know and we'll block it out and plan.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing because I never know when it's actually going on. So I don't pay attention to that shit. So, all right, guys, for those listening, hit us up on Instagram, Whiskey Watches and Wheels. Grab our website, whiskeywatchesandwheels.com. YouTube, same thing. Well, by now you guys know where to find us. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. All right?
Peace.
All right, later, guys.